Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another apartment renovation. Today I'm renovating 1312 21 Chic Street in the Fashion District of San Myshuno. You might recognize this apartment as the one that Penny Pizzazz normally lives in, and today I'm turning it into a sort of lofted studio space that has a bit of a industrial design to it. I really love how this floor plan came out. I've never done this one before where I have a platform over in this corner to create a separate bedroom space, this really small kitchen. I don't know, something about the layout of this one just made me really happy, and I love how this apartment came out. So I hope you will enjoy it as well. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag #MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So going into this, all I knew I wanted to include was brick walls and fluffy rugs. So we have those two things already down here, and then I'm trying to figure out what counters I want to use in the kitchen. I really like laying out kitchens like this. I thought I was just going to have the two sides like this, but I actually end up connecting them in the middle, so the kitchen is a little bit more of a U shape in the end, which I really like. I'm glad I decided to do that. It's a little bit different than what I typically do for apartment builds. I tend to make it way more open concept than that, where this has like separate little walls creating its own little kitchen space, if that makes sense. I think it's a bit more realistic. And then over here, I decided to add a sort of like chalkboard wall where I added this graffiti on it in a white color to make it look like it was chalk. And then I have a painting leaning up against there as well. I have a bunch of these trunks throughout this apartment. I thought it looked so cute. I have these ones here, and then I have the ones from City Living in the bedroom. I just think they're a really cute decoration and a nice way to have some side tables that aren't actually side tables, but they are, if that makes sense. It's a really cute way to decorate, in my opinion. I've always really enjoyed like trunks and suitcases as either decor or storage or side tables. So I just wanted to include that in here. And of course, I ended up using a lot of pieces from the Industrial Loft kit since this apartment is kind of industrial themed. So I am using this couch. I end up using, I believe, the table and chairs as well. They're like stools because it's a higher top table, and a few other pieces. You'll see it throughout this build, but I adore this couch so much. The leather on it, the throw blankets. I just love that so many more of the couches we've been getting over the last couple of years have had more pillows and blankets and all of that sort of stuff on them. They just look so much more realistic and lived in, and that makes me quite happy when I'm decorating to make these spaces just look a little bit more realistic. So this is the side table that also came with the Industrial Loft kit. It just fit really nicely over here. I wanted a space to put some books and a lamp. That lamp was from Base Game. It was perfect for this area though. And then I started decorating over on these walls, but I actually end up moving most of that stuff as I figure out what I want this space to look like. But working on the kitchen again now, I'm scaling up the fridge to fit into this area a little bit better. And at first I was going to put the stove over there, but I will be moving it to be where these aprons are actually. And there'll be corner cabinets going around it, which I think works so much better for this space. You end up with more usable counters, and it just looks less awkward. And I was able to add some more cabinetry up there as well. So I should be doing that here shortly, but I'm adding a blue accent wall. I really wanted to play around with adding lots of color in this space, but still keeping it pretty neutral. So there's a lot of blues and like mustardy yellows in this apartment, which I really, really enjoyed. But here I'm just getting a half wall behind the sink space and moving around some of the decorations and extending these counters out. I think that came out really cute, and I believe I get like a couple of plants in this space. The pop of yellow in this corner I just think looks so pretty, and I should be moving that chalkboard to be over under this cabinet as well. But just cluttering up the space with all sorts of stuff. I do end up keeping one of the counters empty. You'll see I'm about to place something on it, the one next to the sink here. These canisters are going to be there temporarily, but I am going to move them. I wanted to make sure that that counter was completely free, so your Sims could definitely have a counter to prepare food on. So just moving those over here instead, and then grabbing that chalkboard as well. And that's pretty much it for this kitchen, other than a couple of decorations on the walls. We get a cork board up over here, and I also end up getting a rug in the kitchen. And I just really like how it came out. It's really small, but I think it's a realistic size for a apartment. I've lived in a couple of apartments now, and the one I lived in high school had a layout kind of similar to this in the kitchen. And the one I have now is a like galley style kitchen. It's very small. So I thought it was nice to kind of represent that in the Sims, because I often go for like these more open concept, like modern looking kitchens. And I think this is just more realistic, even though the fixtures are more updated, the layout isn't, if that makes sense. Let me know what you think of that. I was just really happy with it. But anyway, moving on up here into the bedroom space, which you just go up these couple of platforms to access. I am going to be using this bed from Seasons in this brown swatch. I used a lot of browns in here. Something about brown and black together I really liked. When I was younger, I thought that that was the worst thing in the world. I was always told those colors don't go together. But for some reason, I just love it. So I used a lot of brown and black together in this apartment. And I'm just decorating this little side table behind this chair here. The side table is from Get to Work. And the chair is the matching one to the couch from the Industrial Loft kit. So just grabbing that. We also got some magazines here, and I will be putting that candle up on top of the magazines. I just think that's a nice little touch. I never do anything like that in real life, because in my brain I'm like, oh no, the candle is going to catch the magazines on fire. It's a bad idea. But in The Sims, I think it looks really cute. So I decided to do that for this space. And then we should actually be decorating the bedroom now. I ended up using a clothing rack over here in this little nook. That one is from the Myshuno stuff pack. I just think it's really nice. And then I used the space over on the other side of the bedroom to be an office area. So we have a nice computer and desk. And I actually end up using the really beautiful kind of like Edison bulb lights that are from the City Living pack. They're this beautiful like wall light. I should be grabbing it here. Yeah, this one. Oh, it looks so cool over the desk. I was really happy to be able to include that. I feel like that's an item that I struggled to use, but it was one of my favorite things that came with City Living. And so it was just cool to add that. And then these paintings up above the bed are from the Myshuno stuff pack. I just kind of hid the bottom portion of it behind the bed. It is a set of 4 paintings, but you can only see the top 2 there. And I just thought it looked kind of cool. And then I'm getting a side table from high school years in this yellow swatch to bring in some more of that mustardy color, and just adding lots of clutter up there. I wanted to make sure this space felt really lived in, and I was having so much fun with the color scheme. Like, not everything matches 100%, like the rug I used up here from Werewolves, this green swatch. I don't think we really have that color anywhere else, but it still felt like it was the correct rug to use in this space, if that makes sense. I just feel like the tones of this apartment all work really nicely together, but you can let me know if you agree or not, and if you like how this came out, and what other sort of builds you would like to see on the channel. We're getting so close to Growing Together coming out in the infant update, so not too much time before I just go full on to like family home mode. But if you have any apartment ideas, please do let me know. I'd be so down to do a couple of more of those over the next couple of weeks. But anyway, decorating the desk space now. I just got all sorts of clutter up here, using a lot of stuff from the clutter kit, as well as from Dream Home Decorator as well. Those boxes right there are from Dream Home Decorator. I just think they're really nice for some extra storage. And then I added some books over here and kind of used this camera as a bookend. I don't know why, I just liked how that looked. And then I decided to actually put this coat rack and a little mirror over by the entryway as just something simple when you first walk in. I was trying to find something to hang on the other side of this wall in the bedroom space, and then I found that and I was like, okay, that goes there. What I ended up putting over here actually is a bike, and I believe a really simple painting. It's, I think, technically in the wall sculptures catalog. It's just a few boxes. But we're in the bathroom now, and I put the brick wall in here as well because I just think it is so pretty. And the tile I used in the kitchen is the same as what I used in here. I think it's technically a wood. It's this beautiful wood pattern that came with Eco Lifestyle, and I just think it was perfect for this apartment. I used a couple of sconces on either side of the mirror in here, and then just getting all sorts of clutter, mostly from the bathroom clutter kit. So we have a hairdryer, shaver, toothbrush and all of that. I just really enjoy cluttering up these spaces and making them look more lived in. So I like how this came out, just getting all of that aligned the best way I can, trying to make it look intentional and like organically placed, but the hairdryer kept disappearing for some reason. And then I decided to use this plant from the Blooming Rooms kit in here, and I loved the orange pot, and that kind of inspired the orange accent wall in here. We just have a standing shower, no shower tub combo, and a little storage cabinet over here as well from Seasons. I got some paintings, and then we should be getting a toilet. I believe I got a black toilet in here to match the shower that I got, but that's pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this. And if you click that bell, it'll notify you of when new videos come out. So thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.